What's your predictions record for the Cowboys? My guess is 11-5.
I think that's a good range. You got Zeke back, so you hope that drama is completely behind you.
Easy start to the season.
Yeah, you should start off 3-0. You got the Giants, Redskins, and Dolphins. Those are all very winnable games. You should be heavily favored in all three of those games. I think 9-12 is the range. I think 9.
So how about this? Over under 10.5.
I'll take over. I like 11-5. I think Robert nails it right on the head there. The
I'm going to go 10.
Schedule gets tricky down the stretch, but
that's why I'm going to go 10. I'm going to go 10. He's going to go to 11. Go over, under, over 10.5, and then you for under 10.5. Let's go to Pete Gorman. Don't know what Pete Gorman looks like, and we also don't know what DeAndre Hopkins sounds like. Who y'all got tomorrow, Bears or Packers? Harrison, football is freaking back, man, and I am stoked. So who do you got tomorrow, Bears or the Green Bay Packers? This is an interesting game. So last year, I actually went to the Packers and Bears game in Chicago.
Really?
I'm excited.
It's in Chicago. I just had to double check.
So we did a little bit of a giveaway last year at Chat Sports.
I'm going Bears, even though the game last year was crazy where Aaron Rodgers went nuts in the fourth quarter, orchestrated that comeback. I'll take the Bears at home. More complete team.
So that game was in Green Bay, though.
Green Bay at Chicago?
No, I'm saying the game that Rodgers came back.
Last year, yeah. That's why I'm going Bears this year. I like the Bears at home. I think they'll probably split the season series. Give me the home team tomorrow night.
What do you guys think? Bears or the Packers? Throw it in the comment section. I'm also going to go with the Bears. I think the Packers are a little bit of an overrated team, which you'll see coming up on our NFL Power Rankings. Let's go to Solstice. What's up, my man? Thomas Mott versus Tom Downey. Who's the best running back out of the two? So Thomas Mott runs our 49ers channel, and Tom Downey runs our Cowboys channel. I'll say this. I've seen Tom in person, so I'm going to go Thomas Mott.
I was just going to say, I haven't seen Mott in person.
Even though Mott's hair would definitely slow him down.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. His hair weighs about 20 pounds.
I will say, though, out of every single person that's ever done a show here on Chat Sports, I'd probably go Harrison because he'd be by far the hardest dude to tackle. He's kind of like Peyton Hillis in his prime.
I'm more of a fullback.
That's
fine.
Like,
who's the guy for the Alec Ingold?
Alec Ingold.
I'm the Alec Ingold of Chat Sports.
All right, let's go on to Jacob so people actually know what the hell we're talking about. Are the Packers setting Rashawn Gary up for failure by standing him up? I mean, if you can't stand and you're a man that's over 20 years old, I really question your ability to even play in the NFL. But Rashawn Gary, if you guys watched our NFL draft coverage, Tom's an absolute guru at that. Go give him a follow at What Going Downey. We had Rashawn Gary as one of our biggest busts. So
I think they're setting him up by drafting him that early and people thinking he's going to be some beast as a rookie. This is still a developmental player.
He's got all the tools in the world.
Yeah, he's got the physical attributes, but the production was not there at Michigan. I probably agree with you, Jacob. He's more of a hand-down lineman, so standing him up, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but I did not love that pick by the Packers at the time.
Let's go to my man Anthony Fuller, looking sharp as a tack. Who wins the AFC North? Really good question.
I've gone back and forth. I'm actually still leaning the Steelers. Okay. I think the Browns and Steelers are playoff teams. I would pick two to come out of the North. I think the Ravens are interesting.
What about the Bengals?
No. Stay tuned for the power rankings. It won't take us very long to get to them. I'll go Steelers. I'll go Steelers. Browns. It'll be close, though.
Browns for me, Steelers for him. So we want you guys to shout out which team you hate the most, okay? The most hated team. Whatever team that you hate the absolute most, we want you to shout it out right now. So whatever team that is on Facebook or on YouTube, let me know which team that you just freaking can't stand. Harrison, go.
Giants. Especially the Eli Manning era-led Giants.
Okay.
It's the most frustratingly successful franchise in sports because the last 15 years they've had 2 good seasons and they won the Super Bowl those 2 years.
And they beat the Patriots.
It's just like unbelievable.
Pete Gorman's going
right?
with the Cowboys. Josh says Steelers and Eagles. I guess he's just going for 2 there. Patriots, Saints, Luke from Princess.
Who you got, by the way?
Patriots, Saints from Luke Miller. For me, it's the Broncos. I can't stand Joe Flacco and the fact that the Raiders are going up against the Broncos week 1. Guess what? If anybody's going to be at that game, I'll see you there. First round's on me. Let's go to Princess Gamer, looking a lot like Dylan Tippett in the picture. Do you think the Eagles will land a high target guy before the trade deadline? A high target guy. When I think of targets, I think of receivers. But I think you mean the biggest splash I think they can make at this point is Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, we talked about during rumors. Obviously, they made an offer for Melvin Gordon. If you guys missed it, it was Jordan Howard and a mid-round pick for Gordon and a mid-round pick. that's not going to get it done. I thought they'd be in the mix for Clowney. That did not happen. I think it's Gordon or bust at this point, but the Eagles are pretty set. Like, they really don't need to make a big splash at this point. Gordon would help, but that committee's pretty strong.
Totally agree. And into this comment for CJ DeYoung, who says, this is a repeat. No, it's not. We are live. And if that doesn't prove it to you, go home. Let's go to George Russell on Facebook. What's up, my dude? Texans need to trade for Melvin Gordon. I am a believer that Duke Johnson could at least do a lot better than what he's asked. But Melvin Gordon to the Texans would be interesting. And if there's a team that does need a running back, minus the Buccaneers to me, I think it's the Texans.
I'm just not sold that Duke Johnson can get more than 15 carries in a game. You know, I think he's a 10-carry guy, 5 to 7 catch guy. I think that's his role. Gordon would be great down there. They just traded for Carlos Hyde, so I'm not sure they're going to do that.
Carlos Hyde stinks.
I'm with you, but I'm wondering if they wish they would have waited.
Who's a better running back, Thomas Mott or Carlos Hyde? I'm going to go with Thomas Mott. Let's go to Mike Fernandez. What up, my dude? Back over here on YouTube. Make sure you guys are using that hashtag NFL to get your questions featured. Do you think the Browns are really good enough to make the playoffs?
Oh, they're good enough to win the division, and I can't say they're quite good enough to contend for the Super Bowl, but I won't say it's impossible. Outside of the Patriots and Chiefs, they're right there on those next teams.
Offensively, defensively, their offense, when you add OBJ, Baker Mayfield last year, 27 touchdowns, but that defense doesn't get talked about nearly enough. That loaded. Defense is very, very good as well. I have the Browns winning that division. And Mike, if you like NFL power rankings, don't go anywhere. Let's go to Keith Barrett. What's your game by game for the Seahawks with Jadeveon coming on board?
Well, we're not going to go through the whole schedule right now, but win-loss record, I think they're in that 9 to 10 win range. They probably have an 8-win roster, but Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson are good for an extra win or two, I would say. So they'll probably be in the mix for a wild card spot. That's probably where they are this year.
I have them coming out with about 9 wins. Last year, 10-6. I think we did a show about a month ago.
The schedule's a little tougher this year.
Where we talked about a team that could potentially drop out of the playoffs. I will say this now, the addition of Jadeveon Clowney definitely helps that defense a lot. Let's go back to my man Jacob. What's up, brother? Appreciate the questions. With Andrew Luck retired, still sounds so weird.
Yeah.
Who is the favorite to win the AFC South? For me, it's the Texans.
Yeah, especially after getting Tunsil on board, because I was doing the watch party for that Cowboys-Texans preseason game. I know it's preseason. Deshaun Watson got sacked twice in 2 series, and then they took him out. They had to address that. They bring Tunsil in. I think he will help. I think it's really just Texans by default, not even because I love that team, but the rest of the division.
I'll say this. If there's a team that I would bet my money on, this isn't even a read. This is me straight up telling you guys. If there is a team that I'm putting my money on over at BetDSI, it's the Jags, because just 2 years ago, that team was in the AFC Championship game, probably should have went to the Super Bowl, and now they have a new quarterback. And sure, I'm not the biggest Nick Foles fan, but
upgrade from Blake
Bortles. A major upgrade from Blake Bortles, but that's a very good question, Jacob. So my AFC South prediction is the Houston Texans, and if you guys agree with me, go to BetDSI right now. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code NFL120. It's the best damn deal out there. So if you put down $50, you're going to get $60 for free. I challenge you to find a better deal out there. You put $100 down, watch this math, $120 for free. So go bet on who's going to win the AFC South. Go bet who's going to win on the Super Bowl at chatsports.com/bet. Let's hop back into some of these questions now. Luke Miller, I guess that's a picture. Over, under 3.5 wins for the Dolphins.
That's actually a very good over-under.
That's tough. Very tough.
Without looking at the schedule, I think 4-12 is kind of the range for them.
Okay.
Because Fitzpatrick's probably going to pull a game out of his ass.
Oh, dude, there's going to be one game where Fitzpatrick's going to be just an absolute.
And you know what? They'll probably beat someone like the Patriots.
I know,
and he'll throw for 445 yards, and then they'll lose to the Bengals the next week. That's just how it goes with Fitzpatrick. Josh Rosen is set up to fail there yet again, so I think they'll roll with Fitzpatrick for a while. I'll go over, but half a game over. Give me 4-12.
The Bills to me are a team that I like, and I like the Jets as well, but still the fact that they're going to play those teams at least 4 times, I still would argue you have a chance to at least get 2 wins, then you just got to get 2 wins
2 more.
The rest of the way. So Luke, though, that's a really good question. Let's go to Tyler Hebb. Tyler, unless you look like Barney, get a picture. Fantasy football question. Do I trade James Washington and receive the Bears defense? Washington is the best wide receiver on my bench. and I have the Chargers. If you already have a defense, my answer to that is no. So if you look at the last 5 years, the number one defense has never repeated then again as the number one defense. I understand the Bears are great. They forced a lot of turnovers last year, but James Washington has the upside to be that wide receiver too. I like him more than Dante Moncrief. I'll take James Washington.
I don't think he'll have a Juju type of jump.
Oh, I don't either.
But he
70
could
catches,
take over
1,000 yards.
Yeah, he could take over that role where he's clearly the number 2 guy there. I don't who they have. Is Inman the other guy there? Moncrief. I get those two mixed up all the time. I think he takes over that spot as the number 2 guy. Hang on to Washington. There's not a big enough gap between defenses.
Totally agree. Let's go to Calvin Garrett. Is Amari Cooper healthy and starting? Is he healthy? I would say he's probably about 90% healthy.
85 to 90, I would say.
And he is going to start.
And it might be one of those deals where he's 85 to 90 all year. Because it's one of those injuries where unless you lay off it a while, it's never going to get to 100%. But the risk of making it worse isn't that high. So I think he's just going to play with it, hopefully around 90%. He should be good to go if you're a fantasy guy. Be comfortable drafting him. He had great success with Dak Prescott
If you're still drafting your fantasy teams, you better hurry up because the season starts tomorrow. So make sure you guys... Also, if you guys want to challenge Harrison and I on FanDuel, hit me up, Mitchell Renz 365. Let's go to Will Olivo. Do you think the Pats repeat like this show? Laugh out loud.
Guys, we're live. We've been over this. Do we have something with today's date on it in studio here that we can prove it to you guys?
I know, right?
The Patriots, I don't think they repeat. I've got the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Call me biased. I run our Chiefs content here. I just think that is by far the best roster in the NFL. Defense should be better. But
I do have the Patriots going to the Super Bowl.
You have Saints-Patriots, right?
I have Saints-Patriots. That's what I put down on Bet DSI.
Those are the 3 best teams.
Oh,
Chiefs, Saints, Patriots. Stay tuned for power rankings. We're not going to tell you the order there, but those are, I think the 3 best teams in the NFL.
It's a good question, though, Will. And guess what? We are live. And make sure you guys like this video, okay? We're trying to get this video to 1,000 likes. So you see the like button below? It looks like this. Go ahead and click that. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Here's the thing, okay? If we get to 1,000 likes, Jared Goff got paid. Julio Jones got paid. Zeke got paid. All these guys are getting paid. You get us to 1,000 likes, Harris and I, we're getting paid. And then when we get paid, we can do more shows, and we can do some badass giveaways for all of our loyal subscribers at youtube.com/chatsportstv. So make sure you guys like this video if you love the NFL.